Make sure, guys, that you read the description below so you can find out how to enter my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Also, find out how you can purchase a SmallTown Collectibles mystery box and a discount code with Street Level Hero LA STC10. All right, let's get started. These are the first appearances and key issues for the greatest day of the week, New Comic Book Day, July 28th, 2021. All right, guys, so let's jump right in this week with our covers. Some really good covers this week. First one up is Action Comics 1033, another beautiful pencil sketch by Jen Bartel, quickly becoming one of my favorite artists, and I'm really pumped that there are some Superman covers out there. There's been a lot of cool Batman covers in this pencil sketch, but to see Superman with how the storyline's coming, getting ready to start with Jonathan Kent as the new Superman, really digging these Jen Bartel covers. Next up is Batman Reptilian number 2. This is the variant sketch cover by Riccardo Federici. It's the 1 in 25 variant. Same as a lot of the others. It's just a sketch variant of some different Batman character, but this one's really cool. I really dig the way it looks, so that's why I added it on the covers list this week. Next up is a variant from Robin number 4, and this is the cover art by Francis Manapul. This is the 1 in 25 variant, and it features the daughter of Deathstroke, Ravager. I purchased one of these before. It had kind of a red background. It had Damian on it. This one has an orange background. I think these are cool, man. I'm really digging these covers, and I'm definitely going to pick this one up. Another Jen Bartel cover from Superman, Son of Kal-El number 1. Another black and white sketch variant, this time of Jonathan Kent in the Superman uniform. I absolutely love it. Cannot wait to pick this book up along with the Action Comics 1033. Absolutely gorgeous covers in my opinion. And the last book on our covers list this week is Black Widow number 9, the variant cover by Mark Brooks. Again, just a beautiful cover. It's a black background, Black Widow in red letters. I don't know, it just really stood out to me as I was going through the covers this week. So Black Widow number 9 is the last cover on our list this week. All right, with the covers out of the way, let's jump into our first appearances. Several first appearances on the list this week, guys. First one is Skybound X number 4. That is kind of the Walking Dead spinoff, which has actually been a whole lot of fun. If you haven't read this, you should read it. It's actually a lot of fun. It's Rick Grimes doing everything. He's basically Luke Skywalker. Like, it's kind of awesome. This particular book, though, is the first appearance of Sea Serpent's heir. Next up, we have Star Wars Adventures number 7, and this is the first full appearance of Crimson Corsair. Then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Annual number 2021, and this is the first appearance of Dr. L in comic books. Then we have Harley Quinn number 5. This is the first cameo appearance of Keepsake. Then we jump over to Marvel, and we have Mighty Valkyries number 4, and this is a possible first team appearance of Resurrected Gods. So I couldn't confirm if it was a first appearance, but I did confirm enough to say it's a possible first appearance. So if you do collect first appearances, this may be one you want to be on the lookout for. Then we have Star Wars The High Republic number 7. A couple of first appearances in here. You've got the first appearance of Orla Jarerny, a Jedi Knight and Wayseeker, and the first appearance of Darth Krall. Staying with Marvel, we've got United States of Captain America number 2. This is the first appearance of Captain America of Harrisburg, named Nichelle Wright. Next up is Wolverine number 14, where you have a possible first appearance of Sever Blackmore and Akari Crime Lord, and you also get the origin of Solemn in this story. Wrapping up the first appearances list this week, we've got Shang-Chi number 3. This is the first appearance of Zilan, the sister of Shang-Chi and a mutant warrior gifted with the ability to transform music into solid energy. That's it, guys, for the first appearances this week. Let's jump into our second printings. First up on our second prints this week, we have USAGI YOJIMBO number 20. This book was the first appearance of Yukichi Yamamoto, and this has been a really hot book on the secondary market, so the second print would definitely be desirable. Then you have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin number 3. The second print of that book is out this week. I've never really read the Turtles before, but I have been reading The Last Ronin, and every issue has been great. So if that's one, if you like to read and you like the Turtles, or even if you don't like the Turtles, this is a pretty good story to pick up. And you do have that second print this week of issue 3. All right, guys, that is it for our second prints this week. Now it's time for the honorable mentions. Okay, so we've got tons of honorable mention books this week. I mean, there's a ton of books out. So the first one on the list is Berserker number 4. Of course, this is written by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kendit. It's good, mindless entertainment. Plus, you got the Netflix series coming out, so I've been keeping up with this book. Then we have Dune, Blood of the Sardaukar, number 1. When Japati meets Duke Leto of the House of Atreides, the house he believes responsible for the destruction of his home planet and family, he will be forced to choose between conflict or forgiveness. So if you're a fan of the Dune series, you got that book this week. Then you have Lady Death, Treacherous Infamy number 1. This is a 2-issue limited series delving into Lady Death's past as she sought to decimate the entire human race. Kind of sounds like fun. Then we have maybe the most creative titled book of the week, Mirka Andolfo, Sweet Paprika number 1. And I really like this description. Described as Bridget Jones' Diary meets Sex in the City with a pinch of The Devil Wears Prada. The cover's pretty cool. I like the description. Not necessarily a book that I may pick up to read. I don't know. I probably will grab it and just look through it with that description just to see what it is. But Mirka Andolfo, Sweet Paprika number 1 is out this week. Then you have Runes number 1. This is another book I really dug the cover of. The synopsis reads, a Northman escapes captivity only to fight for his life in a foreign land while a powerful witch observes his activities. Again, another book I'm not exactly sure about, but I'm definitely going to grab it and flip through it. Really dug the cover on this one, and I'm hoping the story kind of matches up. Next up is probably the hottest book of 2020, carrying over into 2021, and that is Something is Killing the Children, number 18. The synopsis reads, what secrets lie at the heart of the House of Slaughter? Of course, House of Slaughter, I believe it was announced last week. The spinoff coming out of Something is Killing the Children. Really looking forward to that and finding out more about those characters. Then we have Batman Secret Files, Huntress number 1. You've got a one-shot featuring Huntress versus the Vial. And then you have a premiere issue from DC, Icon and Rocket, Season 1, number 1. In Detective Comics this week, Detective Comics number 1040, you do have the death of a minor character, so that may be a book to be on the lookout for. Then you've got Infinite Frontier number 3, and for the first time since his death and rebirth, Barry runs afoul Psycho Pirate and an even bigger villain. The cover asks the question, who is the new Black Lantern? So this is a definite book. I've been reading. I've read the first 2 issues. I liked them both. Infinite Frontier number 3, I think just the fact that Barry runs across Psycho Pirate and it asks the question on the cover, who's the new Black Lantern, is a book I think I definitely want to check out. Then another book I've really been enjoying, Mr. Miracle, The Source of Freedom number 3. That's the origin of Navir Free. Next we have Teen Titans Academy number 5. We continue on with that Red X storyline. And in this one you get the origin of Brat Girl, Chupacabra, and Megabat. Then Black Cat number 8 from Marvel. This is an Infinite Destinies tie-in. And in Black Cat number 3 out of 2020, Felicia was shown a vision of her possessing the Infinity Gauntlet. So we may see something come out of that in this particular issue. Then we have Fantastic Four number 34. This is the debut of Zora, aka Victorious's new armored suit. Last 2 on honorable mention list this week, Star Wars number 15. Luke, Wedge, and Starlight Squadron are on a mission to rescue a lost division of the Rebel fleet. Then we've got SWORD number 7, and this is a tie-in to the Last Annihilation crossover. So those are our honorable mention books this week, guys. Maybe a few titles out there you may want to check out. For now, let's jump over to my top 5. Number 5 on the list this week is Shang-Chi number 3. Now, as we mentioned in first appearances, this is the first appearance of Zilan, the sister of Shang-Chi, and a mutant warrior gifted with the ability to transform music into solid energy. The title of this issue is Deadly Family Reunion, where Shang-Chi gets to know the family he never knew he had, and he has to find out which siblings he can trust when they're all trying to kill him. Plus, witness the horrifying origin of Shang-Chi's father. All right, so in this particular book, I put this on the top 5 list because with Shang-Chi coming out, you're going to be introduced to some new characters here. And I wouldn't put it past Marvel to maybe introduce a character here in one of these new books that maybe is going to be mentioned in the MCU at some point. So if Shang-Chi has more than one title come out, this may be a book with his sister and his family, kind of like the Shazam family, may be a good book to have. Number 4 on the list is The Last Book You'll Ever Read, number 1. And the synopsis reads, an author writes an international bestseller that is criticized for violence and bloodshed all around the world. Now, there's a little more, or I guess a deeper synopsis here where it reads, civilization is a lie. Hidden deep in our genes is the truth, and is slowly clawing its way to the surface. Olivia Cade knows the truth, and she has become the prophet of the coming collapse. Her book, Satire, is an international bestseller and is being blamed for acts of senseless violence and bloodshed all over the world. Olivia's own life is in danger, and from those who have read her work. Determined to conduct a book tour, she hires security professional Connor Wilson to act as her bodyguard. She only has one requirement. He cannot read her work. So that book sounds interesting to me, and I am really looking forward to grabbing this one and giving it a read. Maybe that's a book you want to check out too, and is number 4 on the list this week. Number 3 on the list this week is a second print, and that is USAGI YOJIMBO number 20. Now this book, as we stated earlier, was the first appearance of Yukichi Yamamoto, and that book really did catch some heat on the secondary market. I've seen that book selling for $15, $20, $25. So the second print, which will be a smaller print run, could be a really nice spec book to have. Number 2 on the list this week is Amazing Fantasy number 1. This is a 5-issue limited series featuring Marvel classic characters as they were first introduced. So Red Room, Black Widow, Teenage Spider-Man, World War II Captain America, the most iconic versions of our favorite Marvel characters from across time and space, all wake up on an island of intrigue, darkness, and amazing fantasy. Are they dead? Are they dreaming? Or have they been transported to a fantastical realm? And is there any way for them to return home? This isn't just a love letter to your favorite Marvel era. It's a reinvestment in seminal characters you've always loved, plucked from quintessential timelines. I think that sounds cool. I'm looking forward to it, especially, Captain America, Spider-Man, all those, reading them in a different way from how they originally were brought out to us in comic books. So Amazing Fantasy number 1. It's number 2 on the list this week. All right, guys, we've made it to number 1. And if you know this channel at all, I bet you can guess what number 1 is. I'll give you a minute. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 1. Now, this is the premiere issue of a series featuring John Kent replacing the main Superman title. The cover art on this book was inspired by Superman number 1 from 1939. So if you follow the Superman storyline and Action Comics storyline at all, you know that Superman is starting to lose his powers, and it is time for Jonathan Kent to take the helm of this character. I am super excited about this. I like the way Action Comics right now, and so Superman 2, have just been very well written. They finally found a writer who could really write Superman, and this passing of the mantle to Jonathan has been phenomenal, and I can't wait to see how the new storyline goes with John and the new adventures, plus how does Superman tie in and mentor his son as he himself is losing his power. So Superman, Son of Kal-El number 1 is my definite number 1 pick this week. I cannot wait to grab that book and all the variant covers and read it. So, all right, guys, that is our list this week. I appreciate you so much for coming and spending a little time with me here on the channel. As I said in the beginning, make sure you go down to the description and look for the Road to 1,000 Subscriber Giveaway playlist. You can go there, figure out how to get enrolled or signed up for all the different giveaways that are going to be going on. I mean, we're going to be giving away 20 to 25 things that night. So we're making it almost to 900 now. I've gained almost 50 subs since we rolled it out last week. So really excited about that. SmallTown Collectibles mystery boxes. You can pick those up. Street Level Hero LA, SC10 code. Get you 10% off your order over there and help raise some money for cancer. If you're not already, like, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell. Leave a comment below. Guys, I hope you have the greatest new comic book day ever. I know I'm going to. And as we always end these things, Until next time.